Hey guys, Emmy Fisher here again, and today we are working on the dining room. Now you'll notice our peristyle hall has gotten a little bit of decoration. I've added a sort of fountain in here, what passes for a fountain in a vanilla unmodded situation. And I've gone and placed a bunch of crop plots all around here, and we're working on growing some more saveroot bushes because I thought that they would look the nicest. Now you might think, well, wait a minute, what about the orange trees, the citronelle? Well, I'm going to be having a separate grove of those. If you studied sort of Roman countryside estates that they often had off in the colonies, very often there'd be a sort of a fruit orchard, a grove next to that area. So that's actually going to be a separate build, probably around the back or the side here. But I'm working on trying to add things to this central garden area, make it look more like a garden. It'll look a lot better once these bushes get fleshed out. And I don't know what I'll probably end up adding some torches or something like that at the end to get some more decoration in there. But today we are working on the dining room. Now, the dining room, in the Latin word for the dining room or the room, was Triclinium. Alright, now that word kind of makes me laugh, and you might think, well, why does it make you laugh? It sounds just kind of like a Latin word. No, it really sounds to me like something straight out of, I don't know, one of the original Star Trek episodes.
Triskelion.
Close enough. But anyway, that's something I always imagined. I can imagine Kirk just saying like Triclinium, the whatever of Triclinium. Anyway, that's what we're going to be working on today. I'll talk to you about this horrible paint job later. But once again, the Triclinium is going to be going over here next to this bedroom that we did in the other episode. It's going to be a 1x3 little dining area. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna add a door. There we go. Now, I haven't decided if I want to open this up and make it a 2-high double door frame or leave it like that. Kind of, I mean, it looks good, but it feels kind of like the space was too enclosed, and the opening would have definitely, well, that didn't work out, would have definitely been open to the garden area. So, can I even reach that? There we go. Would have been open to the garden area. So, I'll leave that, well, let's stick this in here. Or at least try to. There we go. We'll leave it like that for now. It'll be, the ceiling will be walled off here anyways. The first thing I'm going to do is actually do the same thing I did with these other walls on the in the bedroom, as you may recall. I'm going to double them up here just to make them match. I could do that with the double door frames, but then it might look weird at the top. I don't know. We'll find out. And I'm going to put up the ceilings. Alright, now I'm putting the ceilings like so because they wouldn't have had it going the long ways, alright? You're going to be making use of shorter pieces of wood where you can find them. So it makes logical sense, if we're continuing on a Star Trek theme here, it's logical to cover short openings like this with beams going being the shortest length. See how that wants to go lengthwise? We don't want that. So we are flipping that way. There we go. Alright. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to decorate the Triclinium. We're going to paint it later. But let me see, how do I want to do this? think I thought the space was wider than it actually is. So we're gonna go ahead and I've got the shag rugs here. Go ahead and put this thus. Yeah, okay. And we'll put this thus. And I've got some tables and benches here. Now the furniture in the Triclinium would have been actually low tables, and then they would have been sitting on cushions, etc., on the ground around these low tables. That's generally what you see for the most part. There would have been tables used sort of as serving tables or ways to store stuff. So that's what I'm going to do here. Originally I was going to have a sort of a bookshelf in the middle, like a sideboard, and then have tables on either side, but once again I forgot that this was pretty narrow, so we're going to be doing that. Now I really wish you could place oh my gosh, I can place a vessel on the table. I was trying earlier with some other things, other vessels, trying to get them on top of other objects, but it wasn't working. But this is working, so let's throw that down there. I like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do to try and create the actual low table effect here is I'm going to put another rug down. No, it's not entirely even, but that's okay. So I'm going to have this rug down, and you can actually paint these rugs, supposedly. Now, I probably won't play around with that today, but that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to just sort of you know, I'm going to play around and see if I can actually open up these walls here, because that would really help things out. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. There were a couple of scary moments there where I was praying that whatever I took out was not going to cause the whole ceiling to collapse and I'd have to rebuild an entire section. But I was able to actually take this out relatively easily. Now, once again, we've got this stupid sloped adobe wall sticking through the wall there. There's nothing I can do about that. Those foundations are snapped to this side of the foundation, so I can't necessarily try and double that up either. It's not going to work. So that's there. I'll probably switch out that window wall because I made that window wall before I actually put the roof in there, but that's just going to have to be that way. Now there would have been sort of slight indentations of the walls to create a slight enclosed effect here. But it just, we don't have half walls. I kind of played around with having those pillared door frames right here, but then it kind of caused these two random pillars to come down and it looked kind of awkward, it looked kind of weird. It was kind of in the way of what I wanted to do anyway, so we're going to leave it open to the garden area, which, ooh, has sprouted now. Yay, it's nice. So we're just going to go ahead and play around with this. So I've got these benches here, and I'm just going to be placing, I think I'll place 2 of them. I was originally going to put 4, but we don't have room for that. So I'm going to be placing them as if people are going to be sitting on the carpet eating off of these benches like they're mini tables. That's the plan. So I'm going to try and line these up kind of with those seams so that there's enough room on either side. And that's kind of how we'll do this. Let's see, is that on the inside of that seam or the outside of that seam? Okay. I kind of feel like I'm making an altar here or something. That sort of rug reminds me of that. So there's that. Okay. And we need another vessel or 2. Let's stick a vessel under the table, Minos. Under the table for storage. Yeah, let's do that. Stick that there. we'll stick one more because I don't have any other sort of decoration, so we'll just go ahead and stick that there. I suppose I could stick a mortar and pestle up there, but that looks better in the kitchen. Alright, so this is what we're playing with here. This is a dining room. They'd be sitting on the carpet here, plop, and eating off of the table, enjoying the sunlight, enjoying the view, enjoying the bushes, enjoying the mosquitoes, you know, all that stuff. But what we're going to do now is we're going to paint this. Because it would have been painted, and I did not double up that wall. Great. Alright, I've got another table here. I know I've got other vessels. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. I'm gonna get the wall first. Do I have any walls on me? Nope. We're gonna go get a couple of walls right around the corner. This is the library. As you can see, I've been working on it, or the office, I guess. It's not painted, but I've got all my storage bins in here, a couple of bookshelves, more storage bins for decor. Got my paint in here, got a desk, got a chair. So yeah, this is the library. It'll probably get some finishing touches at some point, but yeah, it's a little bit of a treat. Library, been working on that. Been doing a couple of things here and there. I don't know if it's going to be a sloped left or a sloped right, so I'm going to get one of each because otherwise I'll inevitably pick the wrong one. But yeah, let's go ahead and stick this down. Boom. Boom. Oh, it doesn't matter because it's covered. Cool. So let's go ahead and stick that other table down. Once again. Okay. If you hear any like random pooping sounds, it's because the dodos are right next door and you can hear them like miles away. That's how dodos work. So yeah, okay, vessel. Woo. Okay. So let's slap some paint on here. We're going to be doing good old Roman red for the dining room. This is something that you generally see in dining rooms. You often see this sort of red color. So we're going to do that. Parchment's going to be... I don't know what I just painted. What did I just paint? Did I paint that? That is not what I wanted to do. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. That's what I want to do. Although on the other side it won't even matter. You'll barely notice it. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and paint it all in this color. And then we'll try and play around with the rugs, throw some lighting in, and then we'll call it done. So I'll be back in a moment. Alright guys, before I show you the completed Triclinium, I want to show you our pet beaver. So you might recall, if you've watched from the beginning, there was a wild mal castroides that got stuck in the foundation under here. He kind of got accidentally walled in when I was placing down ceilings and pillaring this whole area, and he was actually stuck right under here, I think around one of the pillars. Well, he's somehow glitched over and is now in my impluvium. He cannot get out of the impluvium. He's just stuck there. So we have a little wild beaver living in there. I don't really want to have to get him out. I could probably pick him up with my RG and do it, but I'm just gonna leave him there for now because he's nice and safe. He's got a little plant. He's got some water. He's good. But that was kind of funny. So there's that. But we're gonna go ahead and head back here, and here is our finished Triclinium. So the rugs have this really cool thing apparently where you can actually paint these sort of rhombus shapes on here, this sort of pattern. And you can do either the large areas of color or the dark areas of color, or you can mix and match. I played around with a few different colors, but the tan in the background really looked the best, or it's parchment. But anyway, we've got our serving tables over here with our vessels. I did try and paint the vessels. You cannot paint them, so that's not working. And we've got our sort of low-lying tables, and you would just grab your food, plop down, and sit here like that, like so. Enjoy the weather, which is, once again, raining on this map. And that's kind of how you would eat. It's a little bit more open than it would normally be. It'd be partially enclosed usually, but the opening was just too small because the room was smaller than probably what a normal triclinium would be. Now I did try and put some wall torches up here, and I made them. I built them in the smithy, and I stuck them up there. And what ended up happening was they didn't have an inventory. There was no way for me to access an inventory. All you did, it said press Y for more options, and you'd press Y and hold down, and all that would show up would be demolish. So you couldn't add any wood or fuel to them. You couldn't light them on fire. So I had to replace those with, it's a firefly in the vessel, okay. Replace those with regular standing torches. So let me get these torches going so we can see properly. It's nighttime. But this is our dining area. Wow, that's really bright. Okay. But you can kind of get the idea here. Kind of the look that we are going for. So yeah, Roman red, got the rugs, got the ceiling in, got our lovely garden view. Now really quickly about these pillars, I know they look kind of odd. With a lot of Roman pillars, of course, they would have been columns, they would have been circular. In a lot of the drawings and recreations of Roman villas, they're often just plain white, and occasionally the bases up to a certain height, not quite halfway, but up to a certain height, were actually painted red to create this two-toned effect. I tried to do that, but the problem is that these pillars actually merge into each other, so you get these weird sort of blotchy areas that look like the paint's either peeling or reminds me of some sort of horrifyingly bloody Mayan fresco. I don't know. But I did try and paint them all white, and it didn't look... It was too bland. There wasn't really any color there. So I ended up putting this back. It actually looks a little bit better from a distance, but... yeah, you kind of got this weird blotchy effect going on, but they're meant to be sort of two-toned white and red. But that's how that's going there. So we've got the triclinium, we've got the garden, got the fountain, and we're slowly getting this build together. I already showed the library, got a kitchen here. If you're wondering what that tail is it's an iguanodon, or I guess in America they say iguanodon, I guess in Britain they say iguanodon. That's how I've heard it in documentaries. Doesn't matter. Both the same language. Over here I've got my smithy area with my forges, my mortar and pestles. I like to have them up on the table, and more than one, because when you're trying to do large batches, you need more than one. And then we've got these doorways painted that sort of red color for some contrast. Still working on this area. I haven't decided if I'm going to add in that tablinum, which would be the sort of office reception area. I might do that. I might not. We'll see. There might not be enough room. But that's where we're at right now. If you liked this video, please hit the like button. If you want to keep tuned for the ways I keep on adding to this Roman villa build, please hit the subscribe button for future content. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.